This lesson I'm going into is called the God Know Your Heart Cop-Out. Okay, a lot of people say that, well, God know your heart, and it doesn't matter if you call on Jesus or if you call on Yahweh and these different names. God know your heart and he know what you mean. And we're going to find out that that is not true. And I discovered so many people that can say, well, if you believe in God and, he know your heart, you're okay. But we're going to find out that it's not like that. Because you have to really examine when you came into Christianity before, what were you doing? And are you still doing some of the things now that you are a believer, a true believer? What are you doing now? That's the same. So now you got to figure out, okay, the first thing people, well, this is what I've done. The first thing that I've done was, let me read something. What are the things I do now that is different now that I am a disciple of Christ? Now you have to write yourself the list. Backbite. We used to lie. We used to cheat, steal, kill, fornicate. And when I say kill, I'm just making it a general perspective, because you never know who can pop up and watch these videos. But those are the primary things. What about, for an example, following your birthday? Now, everyone in the world follow birthdays. So I examined and researched and found out that it is contrary to the Bible. So if it's contrary and it's considered a sin, that means you have to research everything that you used to do as a sinner. Now that you are a believer and a true Christian, you're going to research to find out, well, another example, Christmas, December 25th. I've researched and found that Christ wasn't born on December 25th. Nimrod's birthday is on December 25th. And you can research that. Again, you have to research to find out if you're not following Christ the right way. But people say, well, he know your heart. It's not about what God knows, because we don't need to worry about what God knows. God knows everything. But how you know if you're following him the right way or reverencing him? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 4, and I'm going to read through 17 through 24. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk. Now that's plain and simple. That ye not walk as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. Vanity, arrogance of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. Verse 19, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lavishness to work all uncleanness with greed. But ye have not so learned Christ. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Christ, that ye put off concerning the former conversations, the old man, the former conversations. See, that's very clear. The old conversations, everything that you used to do, what are you going to do different than the world? If the world is following birthdays, everybody following a birthday. Okay, so what's the difference between me and a Christian? Or what's the difference between a worldly, secular person than a Christian? That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, what is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You have to be renewed in your spirit of your mind. That's the heart of man. It's the mind, not the little organ that pumps in your chest. Let's go to Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And it reads, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Acceptable. Now, if I put up a lesson or a study on Christmas and showing how satanic it is, which I will do later, and prove, which is written here in this verse, prove that it's satanic. Will a Christian, so-called Christian, still follow Christmas if I've proved that it's wrong to do? And it was done, and the origin of it was the worship of a Yule god. Now, if I put that up here, just because it was passed down doesn't mean that it was right. And the very act of Christmas, the very origin of it, is satanic. But if I put that information up here, people will say, well, God knows your heart. He knows it. He knows you didn't know anything about Christmas being satanic. He knows your heart. Everything's fine. No, it's not like that. You have to research. Because now you got to realize, well, hold up. Before I was saved or before I believed in Christ, I was dealing with Christmas anyway. Everyone deals with Christmas. Everyone deals with December 25th. So what's the difference? Ask yourself. So then you do the research since, hold up, now I want to believe, I want to live the right way. Let me make sure Christmas is of God. Let me make sure Easter is of God. Let me make sure birthdays is of God. You have to filter out the garbage. And that's what I've done. Just from research, you can find out this information. And I'm not just making this up to bash anyone, but it's just, this is good information that people need to hear. Look for part 2.